Hey, what's up, guys? And what's up, Sussex Squad? Y'all come in, sit down. We got to talk because Kate Middleton is out here acting up, and I love it because she just seriously shaded William. And it's showing the bitter growing divide. I know you guys have heard the rumors that they're separated, the rumors that they're having trouble. I think they just have a relationship like Queen Elizabeth and Philip had. The only thing is, the Queen was fine with that, and so was Philip. And Kate has been hanging on for dear life because she doesn't want to live in a loveless relationship, or at the very least, she don't want us to know she is living in a loveless relationship and literally have to play patty cake with William's mistresses, just like the Queen had to do with Philip's. Kate said, "You must be crazy if you think that I'm going to be sitting here inviting Rose to your funeral, and you keep it out, William, and your funeral will be sooner rather than later." But y'all, one thing about Kate, you can never root for her because, on the other hand, she does the most disgusting things. For instance, she is on her sympathy tour. Her and William scheduled a blitzkrieg of media because they thought that Megan's cooking show was coming out. They were going to step on Megan's cooking show. I don't know how you showing up to a children's hospital or a cancer clinic or the army is in any way going to stop me from watching someone make homemade mozzarella and rustic Italian bread. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, right? But anyway, here's the thing, even in the measure of laziness, right? Because you know that they were mad about that. Kate still showed up for her duties. She still went to visit people with cancer. She still did the photo op. She did all this stuff. She let us know that she got everything she wanted. George is going to be going to school close to her, and she's not working. She'll show up for Together at Christmas, Trooping of the Color, and like probably the King's Jubilee, and definitely coordination. But besides that, you better get out of her face. Kate literally worked and looked at the UK public and said, "You don't pay me enough for this BS." She looked at the light shining off of William's head as he sneered at her, right? And told her to shut up while she was at the Jordanian prince's wedding. And she said, "I don't get paid enough for this. Mama is cutting down," right? When they tried to X her out as if she was nothing but a broadmare, Kate was like, "Oh, no, 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 no. You must have things twisted, or at the very least, you got me effed up." Anyway, Kate went with her stuff, which I thought was surprising, but I think Kate just wanted to be in the press. And, they probably had everything in play. William, on the other hand, was supposed to show up at some events. And do you know he canceled it when he found out that Meghan wasn't coming out? Imagine your power when the King of England is finally getting off his dusty, lazy, egghead behind self to go do work. And as soon as he finds out you're busy volunteering with the people in fire, which is Meghan's hometown and she should be there, you literally cancel all your engagements. Let me just say this because this has always really bothered me. I heard the stupid Justine Bateman, right? Like, stop drinking coffee and like literally get some vital collagen, Justine, because like your hate is showing. But let me just say this, all jokes aside. I don't understand. Megan is actually an LA native. She literally grew up down the street from where Nipsey Hussle grew up. She is a native Los Angeles. All these other people are transplants, and there's nothing wrong with being transplants. But can you explain to me how Jennifer Garner is being praised for doing work in LA? Can you explain to me how all these other people are being praised for doing work, and at Megan, who is a native, communing with her community, actually donating money, helping out teenagers, being on the ground, actually doing real support, she's supposed to feel ashamed. Disaster tourist. Justine Bateman thinks that because Megan's black, she's not from LA. I don't even understand this, right? I will say this, right? And so let me get back on point. Anyway, I know what you're thinking, Tisa. How did Kate actually shade William? Well, guess what? Kate put out a little sympathy puff piece about what was going on because I guess she wanted to remind everybody that we actually thought she was dead and William did something to her because we saw an ambulance rush from the royal residence. We did not see Kate for almost 9 months. They lied to us about what was going on. They lied to us with fake pictures. They lied to us with AI. They lied, they lied, they lied. And we thought something had happened because who would say lies that big on a international stage without there being foul play. Well, Kate wants to evoke sympathy as to what went on. And do you know that and this is, listen, she shades William in this article, but I want to read it. They said Kate had to be smuggled in for chemotherapy treatment last year. Now, when I first read this, I said, you're trying to make us feel guilty. I do not. Because the reason you had to be smuggled in is because you lied and said you had no cancer. Kate isn't a normal person. She is a head of state. All head of states, because they live and mooch off the public fund, must be forthright in their with what they do, in their health, in their finances, in their everything. Kate and the royal family told us, because everybody's like, oh my God, does Kate have cancer? Is she okay? Genuinely. They said, no, she doesn't have cancer. Nothing's wrong with her. She's just resting and recovering. Okay. They lied about her not having cancer. They lied about her being sick. They lied about everything. And now, wonders upon wonders, you are now trying to play victim that you had to sneak in to get chemotherapy. Do you know why you had to sneak in to get chemotherapy? Because you are a liar. On top of that, I actually don't really believe this for a second, because let me tell you something. The royals have hospitals in the castle, right? They have a full-on hospital. The queen never had to sneak around for chemotherapy, because the doctors um, in administered chemo in the hospital. Charles, he didn't have to sneak around because he told us he had cancer, but also he's getting treatment in the royal hospital that's actually in the palace. So if Kate did have to sneak around, that lets me know that, were you person non grata in the palace? They did not want you around because something's not making sense. On top of that, what type of chemo that you got? Was it injection? Was it pill? Was it intravenous? All of them can be given in the royal hospital in the palace. The plot thickens, but even if we take her at her word, you want us to feel sorry that you had to be smuggled because you lied to a whole nation and the world about not being sick and not having cancer. And nobody says, oh, she had to lie. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. She got caught in her lies and they truly fumbled it. But let's keep going. Kate was smuggled into the hospital. When she walked under the ornate archway at the Royal Marsden, the Princess of Wales appeared to stop for a moment, glance up at the building, and take stock. She was there to thank doctors, meet patients, and later announce that she is now in remission from cancer. So you waited till Meghan's show to announce that you didn't have cancer. Kate, nobody cares. Go live your life and be happy. The Specialist Cancer Center in Chelsea is all too familiar with the princess because this is where she was smuggled in for chemo. Sources close to Kate point to two words in her statement on Tuesday that were doing some heavy lifting, that this is a new normal. But what does that look like for the family that, for centuries, has been resolutely sticking to the old normal, for whom the old normal was their bread and butter? Um, First of all, it means that her royal engagements post treatment have been gradual and will continue as such. The granting of royal warrants, for example, from the Prince and Princess of Wales, will only come when the couple is ready to do so. So you're still being phased out, but you are allowed to keep your position as queen. I know one thing, if I was Kate and I became queen, baby, I would make everybody pay. And by everybody, I mean that bald headed fool that literally cheated on you, humiliated you, and mocked you. None of this should truly come as a surprise, since Kate has told the public repeatedly that cancer has changed her life dramatically. Even though she's back on the road with health, her written statements read as if she's spelling it out for everyone very slowly and in words that we can all understand, that for her, life will never be the same again. Why would you go through the year she's had just to run straight back to work, palming your three children off on round the clock nannies so you can zip around the country on an old fashioned royal ribbon cutting parade? That's not going to happen. Can I just say this? Kate, when did you ever do that? And you could have royal engagements once a month at school hours, like pawning your kids off on 24/7. When did you ever do royal engagements in the evening? I want to know. Besides the state dinner that you weren't invited to, when did you ever, like, where's this workhorse they're talking about? The fact that she's still saying she's pawning her kids off on the nannies to in 2 years, George will be going to a secondary school. Kate's alma mater, College, repeatedly the leading choice for the Waleses. Why wouldn't Kate want to savor every moment of her children in their prep school years? She has shown a new delight in the minutiae of her young family's daily life, details of which she shares in letters to the king. Why would you have to do letters? You know what? She finds joy in family time, but also the day to day, the school drop offs, the pickups, the homework dilemmas, and the playground friendship dramas. No doubt she feels a renewed sense of gratitude that she can be there for them when they need her when they're still young. Power sources will urge that Kate's illness is not being used by William as an excuse to slack off or do less. After all, he knows the big job is just a heartbeat away. But they say that when he embraces a project, he does it wholeheartedly in a way that is designed to have a lasting impact. So, okay, I'm sure you caught that shade in the end. William's not slacking off, contrary to public opinion. At the end of the day, Kate's in remission. She's cancer free. Kate, do what you want with your life. Nobody cares. You're going to do the same thing. You want to be a rich man's wife that doesn't work. Fine. But William, what about you? The only work I've seen you do is say you're going to destroy Harry's life and you're going to be a penny miser and a Scrooge to everybody in the royal family and make them kowtow and beg for even a penny because that's all you can do in your sight. Again, I love Kate's fan fiction. I get it. If she had cancer, yeah, you're focusing on your children. And no lie, I do believe that when children are young, if the woman wants, you are better off being with your children. My issue is Kate doesn't want that. Kate wants to be a stay at home mom that does nothing. And when I say nothing, I know being a mom is a fool, even with nannies, right? But whenever you see Meghan and Harry working and raising their family, you now want to compete and be directly compared to them. You want to 100% actually be them. And I just don't think that those two things, like you either be a stay at home mom or do work, but stop competing. We're in an arena that you keep abandoning it. It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, what do y'all think about this? What do you think about the shot to William? Kate's illness is not being used by William as an excuse to slack off or do less. Listen, William, Kate found her niche and she found a way to do nothing and get all of the glory. It's your turn, William. You gonna act like you got strep throat? Watch William come out and say, I don't know if I have cancer, but I'm getting treatment. I'm just saying. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.